Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing Bitcoin. Where are we going? At the moment we are a little bit stalled, but this week and also next week are going to be very important to understand the macro trend of BTC. Of course, guys, before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates about these crazy cryptocurrency markets, but also we discuss Bitcoin, altcoins, as well as the stock market as well. Guys, straight away, I want to go into Bitcoin on the daily chart and show you where we are at the moment. Are we going to be able to break this resistance over here, or are we going to go and see new lows? Tomorrow, we're going to have a very important event, which is the CPI. CPI is the measurement of inflation. And what we're going to see from there, we're going to see if inflation is trending down. And if that happens, of course, we could be seeing a nice pump of BTC to the upside. But if we're going to see, of course, inflation being quite hot, that will imply that the Fed will not cut interest rates in September, and therefore we might see more downturn coming for BTC. And of course, let me know in the comments, do you think the CPI is going to be hotter than expected, or inflation is going to come down? We're going to see a lower CPI. So at the moment, we are stuck in these two trend lines over here. So looking at the daily chart, guys, daily chart, straight away, I want to see that Bitcoin has gone against this important level of resistance over here, touched this level, got rejected, then we went down, we went below the 200-day moving average over here, and now we are hanging around this area over here. And of course, guys, if you are a member of our VIP group, you already knew all of this in advance and you couldn't make very good gains. I'm going to show you our trading results, guys. We are literally killing this market. Look at our member, guys. We're a community, I would say quite small community of only 120 members who are pretty much, many of them are at the level of a professional trader. So we make trading calls from myself, from our members. We have also Bitcoin analysis every single day, altcoin analysis. We have our crypto chats, stock chats, anything you can think of, but look at the results that our members are making, guys. So if you want to join a community, a proper community of serious traders, and you want to make money, you need to come and join the VIP group, a link in the description below. So looking at BTC right now, guys, what I'm expecting right now is contrary to the opinion of so many people that are saying we're going to go up now to 70,000, 90,000, 200,000, I'm expecting at the moment a little bit of a pullback. And I'm really inclined to think right now that although you can see that so many indicators like the RSI over here, we are now trending into the 50 area, which is like, lots of uncertainty right now. Bitcoin is pretty much, trending up and down in this way. What I can see from here is a sort of a downtrend coming from this area over here. So what I would like to see from here in BTC, in order to open a position, a trading position, I would like to see BTC reaching potentially a level up over here. And what we can do to understand the level, we can draw our Fibonacci retracement from the top to the bottom. You can see what's going on right now from here, and you can see that the 78.60 retracement of Fibonacci is sitting right now at $65.5 thousand. So what it would be ideal to see if, of course, we want to open a short position, will be a retracement of BTC up to this area over here. And how is it going to get there? Well, looking at the chart from here, what I could be expecting could be something like this. So 1, we're going to see a 2, and then we're going to see a 3. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see this movement. And then from here, we are going to pretty much retouch this level over here. So of this big flag, and then what we could be seeing from here could be another rejection to the downside, potentially going down to this area over here, maybe down to here, and then of course we're going to see if we're going to bounce from here and then go and break 75,000, or we're going to go to the downside again. But at the moment, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a sharp, I want to say like a moderate pullback, potentially around this area over here, to then have a nice movement to the upside. So I'm going to show you a little bit more in details. And by the way, guys, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Don't base your trades based on what I'm saying, because I could be completely wrong. Although our success rate on our Discord is roughly more than 90% at the moment, our winning rate. So what I will do right now, to understand how low BTC could go to before opening a long position will be utilizing again our Fibonacci, going and have a look at our level of potential support. And you can see that in general, the golden pocket area for Fibonacci is usually the 61.8. Although we could be going down as low, my area of interest probably will be around this box over here. Why? Because I can see that BTC has formed right now is forming a potential ABCD pattern or even a bull flag. So the bull flag sitting probably like this. Then we have another channel coming around this area. And you can see that if you're going to continue with this trend, what we could be seeing could be this sort of movement: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down to here. And then at this level, a little bit of consolidation, and then we should be seeing either a pump. I'll take my brush, pump up to here, 59,000, and then break down, or we're going to see a break to the upside. But what I'm expecting in this area will be a nice bounce of support, and the area is probably in between 56,000 to $57,000. So that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin potentially today, to touch that area, have a nice rebound, and then try to go back up into this channel again. And then, of course, tomorrow everything is going to be decided, because if you're going to have a hot CPI, high inflation, then of course I can be seeing this happening, and then this. But otherwise, you're going to see a cool CPI, then I could be seeing this ripping to the upside. And as we discussed already, we could be seeing this, and then finally this at roughly $65,500. So that's is going to be my plan for BTC at the moment. And we can also have a look a little bit more, I would say, macro wise, what's happening right now, with the weekly chart. You can see the weekly, we had a very nasty rejection around this area. You can see that we went up um, we went almost at the 20 weeks moving average, which is sitting at 61.7. But sorry, the last week, we went up, retested this area over here, we got rejected. Now we're trying to go up again, but you can see that there is not enough strength to push Bitcoin to the upside. So what I could be expecting potentially, I would say in the next, maybe this week or next week, would be a retest of this area over here. So maybe retest of this moving average, which this one is the 50 weeks moving average, because it's going to probably go a little bit higher, maybe reaching this area, $55,000. And then from there, we could be seeing a nice finally pump to the upside. But just bear in mind, guys, that from a macro point of view, this is very, very important. People sometimes get really lost in the narrative. They think now that the Fed is going to cut interest rates in September. But what if they don't cut, guys? If they don't cut, that's going to be very bad, because everybody's pricing in right now a, a rate cut, and therefore we could be seeing more downside for BTC. So although we can see lots of volume coming in over here and things look pretty good, in my opinion, you need to be prepared. And then I'm going to really upset so many people right now. You need to be prepared to see something like this: 45, 44, and then this, or even something like this. And that could be, in my opinion, the really worst case scenario for this bull market. Is it going to happen? Well, quite unlikely. Am I going to buy a 37,000? I'm not going to buy a 37,000. I think that 48, 47, 50 is already a great area for accumulation, especially like last week, and we went down to 49,000. But what's there's going to be so many potential scenarios, right? The trend is still to the upside, but you have to bear in mind that anything can happen. Right now, I'm still very, very bullish. I still feel that, we're going to reach our 85 to 90K, one last push, even higher, to be honest. It could be even higher. It could be going even up to, I don't know, maybe 100,000, 115,000, but I don't care, because what I can see right now is that the economy is slowly. It's decelerating, so we could be seeing one more pump to form a divergence over here. So what I'm looking at the moment, guys, is pretty much a pump up to here. Then I want to see finally nice bearish divergence. So maybe from here to here, right? Can you see something like this? Okay, maybe around November, you're going to see a bearish divergence, and that's, in my opinion, is going to be our signal to get out. And what I think is going to be happening is going to be very similar to 2021. Look what happened over here, and that's what I could be seeing. You see, like, it's really replicating what's happening right now in 2021. And last time, Bitcoin pumped like crazy from 31 to 64,000. So then if you, of course, replicate this onto here, it brings you $110,000, right? So even having this, I will say, divergence on the RSI can still bring you very, very high in the trend. So that's is going to be my bias for the moment. And then, of course, it's going to be all related to what the Fed is going to do, which they will cut interest rates. Very positive in the beginning for the first maybe 2 months, negative for the future. So we're going to see this one, then midterm top cycle, big crash, and then finally the, I will say, super cycle in 2025-26 after a potential recession. And then Bitcoin, I don't know how high it's going to go. I think it's going to go very, very high, where it's going to be right now. Anyway, let's talk about now the stock market as well, to see where we are, what we can do, what we can understand if the Bitcoin bottom is in. So at the moment, guys, the stock market is still not out of the woods yet. Lots of people are saying right now, oh, yeah, this is the bottom, we're going to go higher and blah, 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 guys. I'm not that convinced right now, because as you can see from here, right, first of all, we have this, we're still in a downtrend. Looks like we're still forming a bear flag over here. As you can see, we are pretty much, retouching this level of previous support, which is now resistance. I'm going to just go and zoom in a little bit for you, so you understand a little better. We have here like a CME gap to feel. So at the moment, right, what I can see with the S&P 500 is pretty much a retest around this area. We can also draw our Fibonacci and see where we are, from this area, guys. I mean, I can see that a potential retracement even up to 5,465 is definitely on the cards, and that could be coming with the CPI being, cooler than expectation. Maybe we could see a big pump up to here. If this happens, I could see Bitcoin as well pumping maybe to 65,000. But then we need to deal with this very big level of resistance. And if this is what I'm thinking, um, remember that next week we're going to also have Jerome Powell talking at Jackson Hole Summit. So all these macroeconomists and chiefs of banks, they're going to all meet each other, and they're going to discuss politics. And Jerome Powell is going to have an interview where they're going to decide all about interest rates. And if he says, I'm not going to touch interest rates, then we could be see like a further sell-off. So remember that at the moment, although it looks good, although we could definitely go and push to a new all-time high, just bear in mind that we have a very big trend over here. Okay, that's from almost like from COVID, but I'm not going to take that into consideration. But looking at the charts, from here, I would say that that's the pivot point. I like to take from here. I would say even from here, guys, drawing Fibonacci from this area, you can see that we are still not out of the woods, and we had a really like a breakage around this area over here. We're trying to climb back again, and we could be seeing one more dip to the downside. We can even see from here going to like a lower pivot point. From a retracement point of view, you can see that we're pretty much missing even all these areas over here, and it could be possible that the S&P could be forming another low around this area over here. So could be something like that, maybe down to maybe 5,000, 4,900 before continuing to the upside. Because you remember, I still expect the S&P 500 to go and form a last new all-time high. But what I really like about the fact that we could be seeing like more upside coming is the fact that we already oversold on the RSI and on the daily. And even if you're going to do this, right, we're going to go down to this area at $5,000, then we could be forming a potential bullish divergence over here, which then is going to signify the last push to the upside, I would say, by the end of the year. So connecting the points over here, we're going to get this pivot point to this pivot point over here. I would say that an S&P 500 going up to 6,000, that's definitely on the cards. So like a potential inverted head and shoulder formation, and then we're going to go to the upside. And guys, the last one I want to show you today, it's the DXY, very, very similar bear flag formation. Bear flag means you're going to see this big pull to the downside. You can see this on trying to climb back up again and potentially going back to this area over here. Because we broke the structure on the, this is on the 1 hour, guys. So again, what we can do, we can go a fib, going to this way. You can see that we could be climbing back, up even to there. So I would say that we could be seeing the XY maybe pumping again 104 and then to continue to go down. But if we're gonna have a look at the weekly, once the Fed is gonna cut interest rates, which guys has been such a long time, they're really stubborn, really don't wanna, they don't want to cut rates. It's incredible. But I would say that once they're gonna do so, I really can see a big drop to the downside. We can see really going down to even like 98 to even 95. So that could be a, also like an area of support, one over here and also one over here. But as I explained several times, whenever you draw this pattern over here and then you bring it this way, you're really giving you that buy. I will say, sorry, I'm gonna just go a little bit more down to this area over here, but it's bringing you right that roughly around January 2025 we could be seeing the to drop maybe down to 94 to 95 for the DXY. So that's going to be very, very exciting. So guys, overall, I can expect right now, that's what I'm seeing for BTC, maybe one last drop down to 56, 57. Then of course, CPI is going to dictate where we're going to go. Remember as well, right now there is this very like thought about the war with Iran that is going to strike Israel. That could be a very good motive reason for the our friends market makers to pretty much dump Bitcoin and buy cheaper. So remember about that as well. That could be also like a negative catalyst. But again, guys, the future is still bright, and of course, in my opinion, we're gonna go way higher than what we are right now. So I will say that I'm still sticking with my prediction that we're gonna see 85 to 90k for this cycle, and we're gonna get there sooner rather than later. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful. Next video I'm releasing today is going to be about Solana and also about Ethereum. I'm going to give you a extra analysis just to show you, price prediction, where we're going to go. And I really hope it's going to really be helpful for you. Take care, and I'm going to see you in the next video.